Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm Shadow Stitch, and welcome to my draft analysis for Season 5 of the Castalia Battle Network. So, if you didn't know, the CBN is my very own draft league. It's effectively a VGC draft league, where we're actually switching to an upload required model this season, which is pretty cool. So, definitely looking forward to that. You can definitely check the description down below. You'll see all of the links to all the coaches that are participating this season. Please go check them out. They all make some great content, certainly better than mine. And I invited them all in for this season, so I'm definitely looking forward to how they do and how they can perform. So yeah, this should be pretty fun. Also, if you're watching this on the day that this goes out, be sure to keep an eye on the channel, where we're going to be doing a draft analysis stream where we're going to be looking at everybody's team and talking about them and talking shit about them. So there's that. So yeah, also throughout the season on Monday evenings, we're going to be doing a like a watch together kind of stream as well. So where, you know, we can get the community involved, we can all watch the games together, and then the coaches can maybe come in and talk about certain things as well during their prep or during their gameplay and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much the long and short of it. We're doing basically Regulation D VGC plus our little gimmick of allowing mythicals. Last generation we also allowed transfer moves, but those aren't really a thing anymore, so a little bit of our gimmick is gone, but that's okay. So but yeah, the CBN is going into its 5th season. This is going to be our first VGC season on Scarlet and Violet, which should be really fun. We did experiment with a season of singles, but I don't think that we're really going to go back to that because there's plenty of other singles drafts out there. And I really want to push a little bit of love for VGC draft. It's not like my most ideal format. I'm not the best at it, but it's a niche that's not really being filled. There's not really a lot of like uploads for VGC draft out there. You know, they're splattered out there, but not really as much. So I'm hoping that the CBN can at least give a little bit of love to the VGC draft side of things and get some great content out there for y'all, because it's certainly a lot of fun to watch nonetheless. So anyway, enough about all my ramble. You guys are here for a team, so we're going to go ahead and just take a quick look at the rules breakdown and all that fun stuff. Just a quick refresher. This season, Season 5 of the CBN, we had 8 coaches. I invited them all in. You can see their stuff down below. Below me, logos. Words are hard. So yeah, and this should be pretty fun. I invited all of them in. They all have experience in VGC and draft, and they all make some great content. I'm just super excited to see what they can do this season. So it's going to be 7 weeks, so it's pretty much just a big round robin. At the end of it all, top 4 will make playoffs, which is going to be certainly super fun. We had to pick 10 Pokemon for our team. We also went with a tiered system this time, as opposed to like a full point system, which I think works best with VGC draft, because I feel like super top heavy teams can be extremely powerful and a little bit daunting in VGC draft compared to singles, because the games are a lot shorter in VGC, so there's a lot less variance. So yeah, but we had to pick 5 Pokemon from the tier structure, and then we had 5 other picks that we had a 400-point budget to pick from. Everything on our teams can Terra. It is full Omni Terra, so you can Terra type into anything. However, you have to reveal your Terra type to your opponent during team preview. So yeah, I feel like this is probably the best way to do Omni Terra, especially a full team Terra. With VGC, there's more precedent to allow pretty much anything to Terra, whereas in like singles, I would never do this. So but who knows? Maybe down the road we will experiment with some Terra captains or something like that. Whatever seems fun. So yeah, this should definitely be certainly fun. We don't have to reveal like full team sheets, like, you know, items and moves and stuff like that, like standard VGC, because that would kind of like ruin the point of draft in my opinion. But that's okay. Should be pretty fun. So certainly there's other rules and stuff like that, but this is just like a quick rundown. So let's finally actually get into the team. So first up, we picked up two really strong core members in Sneasler and Rillaboom. These two Pokemon are just incredibly good. Both have Fake Out for you know, flinch pressure and all that fun stuff. Sneasler is incredibly fast on its own. You can pair it with Rillaboom with like a Grassy Seed to pop Unburden incredibly easily, and you get not only a defense boost on a frail Pokemon, but you get that Unburden procced, so now you're twice as fast on an already incredibly fast Pokemon. Poison Fighting is a deceptively good offensive combo, which is awesome. And Dire Claw can pretty much win games on its own. So where there's a Rock Slide, there's a way. Well, now where there's a Dire Claw, there's a way. So that's pretty cool. So Rillaboom, yeah, I don't have to tell y'all, Rillaboom is an incredibly good Pokemon. It did lose Grassy Glide, so that's really unfortunate for it. But Rillaboom is still incredibly strong, very bulky, good Fake Out pressure, like I said already. You know, has it's just a very good move pool. It did lose high horsepower, but it does have Stomping Tantrum still, so at least it can still have ground type coverage. Drum Beating is also a really good option for your Grass Stab, you know, lowering speed and stuff like that on one Pokemon, which is pretty good. Speed control is very big in VGC, so that's pretty cool. So, but yeah, so my first two core members seemed really fun. I'm very glad that I got to use Sneasler. I've been wanting to use it all generation, and I thought that this would be the best way to try to use it. So next up, we picked up Hisui and Gudra, another Pokemon that pairs incredibly well with some of these guys. Especially Rillaboom. It's just really appreciates the grassy terrain and stuff like that, getting just more recovery. And just one of those Pokemon that can kind of like just sit on the field and just be incredibly annoying. It has Shell Armor, Gooey for some speed control if something contacts it. Just incredibly bulky, can set up shelters and stuff like that and just be really annoying, so that's pretty cool. So next up we got Diancie. Diancie is of course our only mythical on this team. I actually had Diancie during Season 1 of the CBN. It actually did a lot of work. I thought it was pretty fun. This Pokemon, it's very bulky. Like it's incredibly bulky, and it actually doesn't hit that weak either. 100 base special attack and attack isn't like insane, but it's definitely respectable, and especially backed up by its bulk. And you know, with Terra, it can definitely get away with a lot of stuff. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. It is very slow, but it's a really good Trick Room setter. You know, thanks to its bulk and its and Terra being able to change its kind of subpar typing is pretty nice. So yeah, definitely keep an eye out for that. Diamond Storm is also a spread move, if you didn't know, in VGC. So that's pretty cool as well. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Next up, though, you got Kilowattrel. I really enjoy Kilowattrel. I've used it on a couple VGC teams in the past. It's really fast. 125 base speed is definitely nothing to scoff at. Has a pretty good move pool. Tailwind, of course. It can roost if it needs to. You know, Air Slash and Hurricane are good, like, flying coverage. And stuff like that. So yeah, it's just a very good, reliable like Tailwind setter, giving me more speed control on the team, which is very, very nice. So then we got Gastrodon. Gastrodon is awesome. I love this Pokemon. I actually had it also in Season 1 of CBN paired next to Diancie, which is pretty cool. So yeah, Gastrodon just didn't really lose a whole lot. It lost like Toxic, I guess, but like it didn't really lose anything. It's not weak either. Like Earth Powers and Earth. Oh, it lost Scald. That's fair. But you know, every water type lost Scald, so like who cares? So yeah. But yeah, Gastrodon, you know, Earth Powers, Muddy Waters, stuff like that can definitely hit pretty hard, and you know, it's just Storm Drain redirecting away potentially scary water type moves from some of my other teammates is really really good for me. So, and can function very well under Trick Room. It also got hazards, but I don't really think that's going to come up too much in VGC, so, you know, who knows? Though, we'll see. But yeah, Gastron, awesome. Blue form for life. No pink form around here. Blue form all the way. So yeah, next up we got Kanto Tauros, just the OG Tauros. Very good Pokemon still. Sheer Force is incredibly powerful. Got Body Slam to pair with that, you know, Rock Slides and all kinds of other cool stuff. So yeah, Tauros is great, but it also gives me an Intimidator. And not like a slow, bulky Intimidator either. Like, Tauros actually bulk isn't terrible either, though. So yeah, definitely nothing to scoff at. This was like a low tier pick for me, but I think that Tauros just fit in super well on this team. Gives me a normal type, so no like crazy ghost spam. And like it just hits really hard too. Like a lot of people, you know, will discount like the damage output of Tauros, but I think like especially with Sheer Force, if I choose to bring that over Intimidate, can definitely do a lot of damage, which is very cool. So yep, looking forward to using Tauros. I've used it in singles in the past and it's performed pretty well for me. So I think that it can perform pretty well here in VGC. Oh, also got Raging Bull, which is basically like a normal type Brick Break, which is pretty cool. I forgot to mention that, so very nice. Next up we got another like kind of mini core with the Spiritomb and Hisuian Avalugg. Spiritomb got Trick Room this generation, got screens and a bunch of other fun stuff. It might have had screens before, but you know, whatever. You know what I mean. So yeah, Spiritomb is pretty cool. It's, you know, the Ghost Dark typing, only having the one weakness, very nice. You know, just gives me a Ghost type and gives me a way to also stop Trick Room, because it does get imprisoned, so I can like imprison Trick Room. It's still really bulky. It doesn't have a ton of HP, but its defenses are very solid, so it's kind of like Rotom in that regard, where it's bulky but not bulky at the same time. It's really weird. But yeah, it has an incredibly good utility move pool as well. Like, you know, it has got like Will-O-Wisp, Skill Swap, you know, like you know, just a crazy move pool, so which is pretty cool. So definitely going to be using it more for its utility, but it can go on the offensive. It's not like the weakest thing in the world, which is pretty nice. And then Hisuian Avalugg, this was my F tier. I picked we weren't mandatory to pick up an F tier, but I thought that this fit pretty well on my team, and especially with Terra, it can definitely be a lot more functional. Ice Rock is just an abysmal typing, but with Terra you can definitely help fix that up a little bit, which is pretty dang cool. So yeah, Hisuian Avalugg, it's pretty bulky on the physical side. It still hits really hard. It has like still has like 120 something attack or something, which is pretty crazy. So under Trick Room, we definitely do a lot of damage. It also has Mountain Gale, which is pretty much just like a buffed up Icicle Crash, 100 base power, which is pretty cool. And it can still flinch as well. Not the best on the accuracy front, but you know, still hits pretty hard. And then Stab Rock Slide, you can never go wrong with that. Yeah, and then got other options like Body Press, Earthquake, you know, stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. So, and then last but not least, we waited all the way to the end to get our S tier, and we chose Chi-Yu. So Chi-Yu is insanely good, just incredibly powerful Pokemon. Yeah, it's hits insanely hard, has good spread damage with Heat Wave. It does kind of hinder our team a little bit, you know, taking special hits, you know, because Beads of Ruin does affect our Pokemon as well. But nonetheless, I think that is a really, really good fit on this team. It can definitely take advantage of Tailwind being set up from Kilowattrel. Definitely likes the support of grassy terrain, so it doesn't have to take earthquakes as hard. It's still relatively frail, especially on the physical side, so it's not really going to be taking hits as well. But yeah, it's got a good speed tier. 100 base speed's pretty good, and we got Sneasler to cover like the elite speeds anyway. So yeah, definitely looking forward to using Chi-Yu. I think the Mon is incredibly good, especially with Terra. You can either go like full firepower with fire, or like go with like a more defensive Terra like water or grass or something like that, which is really, really awesome. So yeah, but yep, that's my team that I picked up. You know, just a little blurb on each one of them. I think this is a really solid team. Certainly, probably one of the better teams that I've drafted for CBN, at least for the VGC side. So I'm definitely looking forward to using some of these Pokemon, especially Diancie. I haven't used Diancie since Season 1 of the CBN, so definitely looking forward to seeing how she does and how she comes back. So yeah, that seems pretty fun. But anyway, that's pretty much going to be it for me today. Be sure to, like I said, check down in the description, follow all the coaches, check out their draft analysis as well. And later on this evening, if you're watching this on the day this comes out, be sure to keep an eye out for the draft analysis stream, and Monday evenings going forward were for the Watch Together stream. So that's going to be it, though. Thank y'all so much for watching. Like, comment, sub, all that fun stuff. I love you all. Deuces.